FM Republic here, just a quick video because I'm very hungry and I'm going to eat. Robbie Neilson, good appointment. Was supposed to do a long-winded video on it, but I just didn't. And I think it's a good appointment. I like it. I'm behind it, especially after what he said in the press conference. If it's to be believed, I completely understand why he was chosen. And I'm not going to lie, I know eventually he's looking at this as a stepping stone, but I know he's going to choose the right club, not just any club that comes about. I can't see Carl Robinson lasting till the end of next season at Charlton, if I'm honest. But it is what it is. First game, Milton, AFC Wimbledon, their fans turned up, so I guess everyone's getting over it. I've actually had a swarm of abuse from AFC fans, like literally. They're well over a week late from this video. I mean, the video was on like 55 views and now it's like 500 and something. So, I mean, well done to them. Kudos to them. Brilliant. But I'm always open to debate. I have had one person on Twitter say, well, it's not a legal entity. It's not a continuation of Wimbledon, blah, 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 or whatever. But at the end of the day, I mean, on the club website, it says, we believe that, a club is based on spirit and the community that built it and not which legal entity controls it. So I'd just like to know, which legal entity are they referring to? It's obviously Milton Keynes Dons, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't mind. I'm happy with comments, and I encourage everybody to comment and express their opinion. You might get a response from me if it's with dignity, and that's brilliant. Had a chat with an AFC Wimbledon player. Our conversations are obviously private and they will stay between us. But one thing I will respect about AFC Wimbledon is, it was explained to me that they're unlike any other club. And because of that community feel, they would never play for Milton Keynes Dons. Never. Not even in a million years. And it's not like they grew up supporting Wimbledon. It's not like they've got this deep love for it. They just, out of respect and just out of how good the club have been and how well it's run and how well they've been treated, they could never do that. So I have respect for AFC fans in regards to that. I think this rivalry is just going to die down only because the animosity really comes from one side. I mean, the player admitted that himself. MK Dons just don't really care. And, I mean, you can only have an argument with someone who's not responding for so long. You just end up just getting bored and just leaving it. So, I mean, and that shows the fact that the TV stations didn't even bloody pick the game up. But it was a poor performance from both sides, if I'm honest. Jake Reeves is actually a pretty good player. Ben Reeves is an excellent player. And I'm thinking I might start an FM save, actually, with AFC Wimbledon, just to see really what's going on there, I mean, we might have got off on the wrong foot, some of the fans, and we may have some different opinions. But I think we need to stop acting like this was the apartheid or this was, something of that nature, because it wasn't. I mean, obviously we're all football fans, we're all passionate about football, but your football team got moved somewhere else. I mean, I'm not being funny. There's bigger things to get angry on YouTube about, if I'm honest. And some people may say, well, who were you before you were you? I'd imagine some people that live in the area, because they never had a club, they always supported teams from other areas, which is normally what happens. And obviously when a club actually does turn up, they'll get the support because it's something that is, it feels right to them. It's their area, it's their local team, it's whatever, and there obviously are Dons fans who, followed Milton Keynes. Some, and at the end of the day, when some people say, well, who were you before you were you? I mean, MK are not my first team. The team before were my second team. I'm a Man United fan, but also I love Wimbledon. I had family that loved Wimbledon, and they were Wimbledon before the fans abandoned it, created a new club, and tried to copy everything from it, and then try and convince the whole world that they won the FA Cup. You didn't win the FA Cup. Like, just stop it. Can we just stop it now? I mean, no one recognises that. Even bloody Football Manager don't recognise that. You didn't win the FA Cup. All right, let's just stop. The community, the spirit, fair enough. Even though they approved the move because of lack of community links. But, someone could have got paid under the table from IKEA or Asda, we don't know, or whatever. But I'm not going to sit and keep waffling on about that. It's done now. It was however long ago. There are kids now going to games who weren't even alive when this happened. And for them, they're just not really bothered, And that, like I said, that's the thing. You can only argue with someone for so long who is not responding before you just get bored, and it's just, it's not going to be a fierce rivalry because it's fierce for one club. We don't care, if I'm honest. But do you know what? I might start an FM save with AFC Wimbledon. If you think I should, then obviously let me know. If you don't want me to, then that's fair enough. But, you know. One thing I'd also just like to say is that I was fully aware of just the mountain of abuse that Dean Lewington got. All I can say is this, and this is coming from some players that I've spoken to. And this is where, if you watch my video previously in regards to, players and players being human beings and having to put priorities and families and stuff first and whatever. You got a guy like that who can play professionally. He could play in League 2 or League 1, whatever it was, and he'd have to cut in wages and drop down to the 6th tier. Not the 6th tier, sorry, to the 9th tier, however far AFC Wimbledon were down. And that would just be a difficult thing. So we can sort of understand where it's come from. And I think that abuse should probably just stop if we think about that logically. But he's a legend, just like this man, Jonot Somivor. FM Republic, signing out. Thank you, and bye.